Imagine biting into a rich, chocolatey, moist cake. The intense flavor of cocoa hits you first, then the subtle sweetness, all without a trace of flour. You're experiencing the decadence of a flourless chocolate cake, a dessert that defies traditional baking norms. Its texture, velvety and dense, contrasts the light and airy cakes you might be used to. The chocolate, rich and robust, dominates every bite, creating a dessert that's as luxurious as it is surprising. Ready to create this culinary masterpiece? Get your apron on. Before we dive into the cooking process, gather these ingredients. First, bittersweet chocolate, the heart of our cake, providing that rich, deep flavor. Next, unsalted butter to add creaminess and texture. Granulated sugar sweetens the deal, while a pinch of salt enhances all the other flavors. Eggs provide structure and moisture, making our cake tender and moist. Lastly, cocoa powder, for that extra punch of chocolatey goodness. With these 6 simple ingredients, you're ready to bake a gastronomy delight. Now, the real fun begins. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and grease your cake pan. Our first step is to melt the chocolate and butter together. This union of sweetness and creaminess will form the base of our cake. You'll want to do this over low heat, stirring continuously to ensure a smooth, glossy finish. Once your chocolate and butter have melted into one, it's time to whisk in the sugar and salt. This may seem like a simple step, but it's crucial for enhancing the flavors and creating the perfect balance of sweet and savory in our cake. Next, we introduce the eggs. Make sure to whisk them in one at a time, ensuring each is fully incorporated before adding the next. This will give our cake its rich, velvety texture. Finally, we add the cocoa powder. This will intensify our chocolate flavor and give our cake its indulgent dark color. Pour the batter into your prepared pan and bake for 25 minutes. Once the top has formed a thin crust, your cake is ready to come out of the oven. After allowing the cake to cool in the pan for 5 minutes, transfer it to a serving plate. Now comes the fun part, serving this chocolate masterpiece. There are a few ways you can go about this, and it all boils down to your personal preference. If you prefer a simple, classic presentation, dust your cake with a bit of powdered sugar. It adds a touch of sweetness and gives the cake a beautiful, snow-dusted appearance. If you're after something a bit more decadent, serve your cake with a dollop of whipped cream. The lightness and slight tang of the cream contrast beautifully with the rich, dense cake. And if you're a fan of fruit with your chocolate, consider serving your cake with a handful of fresh berries. The tartness of the berries cuts through the richness of the chocolate, providing a delightful balance of flavors. There you have it, a delicious flourless chocolate cake that's sure to impress. Enjoy the rich chocolatey goodness.